Om Vasudevasutam Devam Kansachanudamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So last 4 Sundays we talked about the concept of Sanatana Dharma. Though generally it is known as Hinduism, but the word Hinduism is given by outside India or outside the Hindu fold. In the Hindu scriptures there is no word Hindu, because this word was given by Persians, and that is Eastern and Western scholars, they believe the same. So original name was Sanatana Dharma, or eternal religion. Even the religion which has historically a date when it was started after the birth of their prophet also seems to be telling that our religion is eternal. But they have their own logic and we have no quarrel with that. From the point of view, religions are being practiced as of now, as on today. Hinduism is the oldest, more than 5,000 years old. We discussed many aspects of that why it should be called Sanatana Dharma. It is not historically meaning that it exists eternally. A million years before also Hinduism was there. I don't think that is the idea. But the principles in which it depends on, these principles are eternal. When it started, there is no such date or a person whom we can say that he or she started this religion. Even 3,000 years before, when Krishna was born, which religion he followed? He followed the similar Sanatana Dharma. Prior to him, whoever came, which religion they followed? They followed the same. So idea is that there was a science, there was a practice, there was a belief system. And why it should be so? Why people should believe in certain things? It has no utility as you have utility of the book of, it's a constitution of the country. Because they want to run the whole state according to the guidance of that book, which is constitution. There was no objective purpose of the scriptures that this life you should live in this way. The purpose is higher than that. The purpose is beyond the scope of your life and death. So the thinkers, rishis or whatever name you want to give them, they devise system based on this Sanatana principles or the eternal principles. There are 10 major religions in this world, though there are many. For example, different countries, the tribals and aborigines, they have their own religious practices. But in general, there are 10 religions in the world. Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, Taoism, then comes Buddhism, then comes Christianity, then comes Islam, then comes Sikhism, then comes Baha'i, and also in between Jainism, etc. So these 10 religions are there. All the 10 religions have 3 aspects. If you want to study those religions, you must study these 3 aspects. One is the philosophy, which is always abstract. Then there is a story part, history or mythology. And then to practicalize that, you have certain paraphernalia of rituals and dress codes and food habits and all this. But that comes into ritual part. Most of the religions have these last 2. The way of life, practical way of life, they have their own dress code or food habits or some culture is built up because of that. And of course there is a story. In Christianity you have a story of Jesus Christ. In Jainism you have a story of Tirthankaras. In Buddhism you have a story of Buddha. In Islam you have a story of Prophet Muhammad. Every religion has someone whose story is being told, and they seem to be the father of that religion or the originator of that religion. When it comes to Hinduism, it's little different. No person is given credit that he or she is who is the founder of Hinduism. Whomsoever in the earliest history they found, he or she also was practicing the same principles. It is like, Swami Vivekananda gives example, that even if the law of gravitation was discovered later, but the gravitation itself existed. So whether you name it, but the principle existed. If Vedanta or Sanatana Dharma says that you are Atman, you were Atman even 5,000 years before. The world is unreal. That world also was unreal. Because it's a principle. Now you say, how can the world be unreal which was 5,000 years before also? How it can be unreal? There is another philosophy. Yesterday night you slept, you saw a dream. And you found people talking to you, a person talking to you, incident happening in front of you. When that person was born, you don't know. You woke up. When that person died, we don't know, because there is no question of his birth and death because he is part of the dream. In the same way, the world is seen as your dream. Before your birth also the dream continues. This is something which even an atheist will ask a question. One who doesn't believe in religion, one who doesn't believe in God, he or she also is tempted to ask a question. Swami Vivekananda says, till there is something called death in this world, you are bound to ask this question, whether what I see around me is true or not. That which you give so much importance to suddenly becomes absolutely of no importance. We give importance to what? We give importance to money, we give importance to people, we give importance to anything of this world. But when you go, so much importance you give, but you have no scope of carrying that with you. You have a story. Over the time, the story would have changed, but the basis of the story is that when Alexander the Great came, he found there were some monks kind of people. So he told his minister, call them, I want to talk to them. So the minister sent people. They said, we are not going to go anywhere. Whoever wants to ask questions can come to us. So he said, you know who is calling you? He can kill you. So those monks told, this is the greatest lie you are telling because I cannot be killed. Anyway, Alexander meets them. So one of them says that you are killing people, you are taking away the jewels and properties and all that. Why don't you do one thing? We don't possess anything, but we possess a needle and thread, so that when our clothes get torn, we sew it. This is the only property we have. Can you please keep this needle with all your huge treasure? And if possible, return to me in my next life. So Alexander laughed and says, who can take a needle when they die? You can't take anything. So that monk said, that's what you need to understand. We have understood this. And the same story goes in many religions, but main purpose is the same. And this meaning we need to understand. Whether you are a monk, whether you are a householder, whomsoever you are, fate is the same. When Bill Gates will die also, he cannot take $1 with him. Then why do we do what we do if it is meaningless? You have to do because you are living in this world, you have to survive in this world. But keeping this in mind, that it doesn't have a permanent or eternal existence. It is a relative existence. That's what Sri Ramakrishna says. With 2-3 different examples he says. He said, keep this knowledge with you and do whatever you want in this life. Whatever you want means you cannot do anything wrong. Because eventually you know that it is temporary. So idea is this, that a life which is based on these principles which are eternal and truth, logically, scientifically. You don't need to believe existence of some God who sits on the cloud. If you don't want to believe, Hinduism will stand with you. That's why many times I feel, if you have a group of atheists, the most logically acceptable principles of religion is Vedanta. You don't need anything. Even you would say, I don't want scriptures, so I don't know scriptures, no Bhagavad Gita, no need. Do you believe you exist or not? Who can deny their own existence? But you must be a sincere atheist to observe, analyze, your own experience. Is there any way to prove that you do not exist? There is no way. Even when you sleep, this world, there is no remembrance of that too. In your dream or in your deep sleep, still you exist there. When you come back from deep sleep, we don't have any experience. Yeah, there was a time when I did not exist actually. I came to existence on this day. No. Somebody will tell you were born on this date. Your life never started from day 1 or day 2. We don't have that experience. What is that which exists continuously? When you sleep, your body sleeps, you exist. In dream, who sees the dream? Somebody sees the dream now, which you remember even today. When you go to deep sleep, after coming out, who says, I was very happy, I didn't know anything? Who experienced deep sleep? One who experienced the deep sleep, one who sees the dream, and one who is hearing talk is the same person. So you have these 3 states: Jagrata, waking, dream, and deep sleep. Who is having these 3 states? Who goes in these 3 states? When it comes to waking state, he or she is conscious about the body. And because of body, you have all the bodily requirements. You feel hungry, you feel thirsty, you feel that, you feel that. As soon as your connection with the body goes, you sleep. But because your mind is active, your remembrance of your having the body continues. So you have dream also. What you encounter during waking state. But because your willpower doesn't work, so there is no logic in your dream. You see the dream which doesn't have any logic many times. But things what happen is almost closer to what you see in the waking state. So who is in deep sleep enjoys total absence of mind and body? That who experiences the dream when the body sleeps. So when you are with your body and mind is called waking state. When you are only with your mind, not with your body, body sleeps. You have no consciousness of the body. That's called dream state. But when mind also sleeps, but you are awake, you never sleep. You never sleep. Because sleep is a condition of the mind, not of the soul. We have a continuous existence. Only we do not think. Meditation is this. You need to meditate on this. When you wake up in the morning, try to remember what and how I was in the deep sleep. This I don't say. Sister Nivedita writes in one of her letters that maybe Swami Vivekananda wanted us to meditate in this way, to remembering our existence in deep sleep while in the waking state. You can meditate when you are in a waking state. But you must remember what you were. As you remember your dream, same way you remember how I was. Initially, you are not able to think because there is hardly anything to think about. But you try and try, then you will have these two things, remembrance of your deep sleep. Somehow, but I was very happy. There is no existence of pain, there is no existence of misery. If you sleep after overeating and you sleep because of empty stomach, your dream can vary. But the pleasure of deep sleep doesn't vary, is the same. To remembering this whole day, even if you don't get time to go to temple, don't get time to read the scriptures, or don't get time to do anything, never mind. Every day when you wake up in the morning, try to remember. Many times even you want to recollect, you can't recollect the dream. As if few moments you woke up, you touched your pillow, or you touched your phone, or you touched the table clock or whatever. This memory, little memory itself is enough to suppress your memory of the dream. You try and you cannot remember. Until the dream was very vivid and powerful and emotional or fearful or whatever, then you remember. But as you try to remember your dream, same way you try to remember what you were in deep sleep. That takes you much closer to yourself or to philosophy or to whatever. So idea is this. And this has nothing to do with time. This concept has nothing to do with time. Even if we say 10,000 years before, they derived the concept of dream, for example. But before that also dream was there. Before that you were there. Deep sleep was there. Because of this it is called eternal religion. Religion is a system only. That system will help you to realize the truth. Just now we had a lecture in the afternoon. One professor from Bombay IIT came. So welcoming him, I told the same thing. That the goal is the same. Whether you talk about mathematics, you talk about Sanskrit, or you talk about religion, you talk about meditation, the goal is the same. Because anything worldly cannot be the goal of your life. Because that is relevant only in your waking state. Whatever you see on TV, see on your mobile, everything is pertaining to the waking state. The countries and good incidents and bad incidents and food and fashion, whatever you need to think, is all about waking state. Nobody talks about deep sleep. There is hardly anything which people talk about deep sleep except the scriptures, and that too, the Sanatana, the Vedantic scriptures. An atheist should not have a problem with this, because atheists also see dream, atheists also have a deep sleep. Just analyze yourself. Who is that who travels in these three states? Waking, dream, deep sleep. Waking, dream, dream sleep. Deep sleep. Who travels? One who travels in these three states is to be found, is to be experienced, is to be understood. The religion is only this much. At all. Yat swapna jaga sushuptyam avaiti nityam. Who avaiti travels. Swapna jaga sushuptyam. Tad brahma nishkalamaham. I am that Brahman, I am that soul, I am that Atman. Not a Bhuta Sangha, not this psychophysical which will die, which grows. And in Hindu philosophy or Hindu psychology, there is a lot of studies done on this. You take more food, you become fat. You take less food, you become thin. They give the definition. Karmana vardhate khadyena vardhate, which increases or decreases with food is the gross body. Your mind also becomes thinner and thicker. The more desire you have, your mind is more gross. That's why whoever wants to practice religion and philosophy is told to renounce. Why you should renounce? Otherwise your mind remains gross. Your mind is fond of and can easily settle down on things which are gross. Just like that which is gross, most people appreciate it because it belongs to their level. If there is anything, a person is giving lecture on philosophy on TV, switch off the TV. Something of their interest, of their level going on, some fighting going on, some dance going on, some this going on, this I understand. So they continue to watch it. Why? That pertains to the mind, which is easy. You can do experiment yourself. If you have interest, you wake up at 2 o'clock in the night and watch on TV the football final, and you don't feel sleepy at all. Same person can wake up at 2 o'clock in the night and meditate. Or read books? No. Why? Because that much interest has not grown. So for the common man, that which is closer to the body, that which is closer to his or her instinct, obviously they get interested in that. That which is finer, pertaining to mind, if no interest, people sleep. That is the reason even good people walk up in the morning, doing puja, doing japa, sleep. Why? Same reason. You want to do it because you have considered this is a religious practice, I must do it. But you are not getting any interest in that. You are not getting any happiness in doing that. So it becomes mechanical and sleep. Many people, even when we started, I also slept. You must find out something which will not allow you to sleep. I don't know who told you in a different sense. I think APJ Abdul Kalam or someone recently has told this. Dream is not that which you see when you sleep. Dream is that which doesn't allow you to sleep. That is the dream of my life. Without finishing this, I will not sleep. Not when you sleep, you see some pocket stories. No, that is not dream. Dream is something which doesn't allow you to sleep. I have to fulfill my dream, and that dream is different. So that dream is a mission. This dream is what you see in your dream, in your sleep. So idea is this. You can do experiment. You can do on children, easy to do. You do on yourself, more easier. I remember children came and told, Ramji, today Sunday we want to watch movie. I said, okay, only movie I will provide. Okay, whichever movie you give, we shall watch. So I gave a movie which is a historical movie. Within 10 minutes, all the children slept. But if I give them a Tamil movie or a Hindi movie, which is nothing but some stories which is closer to your instinct, some fight going on, some dance going on, some this going on, that going on, so that you feel, this I know, so that you are connecting with it. Then one or two boys, I went, hey, see, such a nice history movie, you see. I said, no, Swami, I have no interest in that. So the idea is this, we need to find out now you are sitting here, any doubt? No? I am holding this ball pen, any doubt in my mind? No, no doubt. That's called waking state. So you are here with your body, with your mind. When you are tired and sleep, the body sleeps. Mind doesn't sleep. So mind keeps on thinking without any logic, without any control. Uncontrolled thinking is called dream. You don't decide to see the dream, correct? But today I will see a good dream. You don't decide it. Because your mind voluntarily thinks many things. Many times people, I saw a dream which I never thought about it. How can I? So and so came in my dream. Nobody comes in anybody's dream. Your mind only thinks. Now I am seeing a dream, and you people came here, like this. When I will sleep, another set of people will come in my dream. They don't come, I imagine. So we have a philosophy which says this also is a dream. You people are sitting here, I am imagining it. In a way, in a way. But when you go to deep sleep, when your body sleeps, your mind also sleeps. But you don't have experience that I also slept. Because you have a remembrance of that state. And that is God actually. So this is in our Yoga Sutra, this concepts will come. So, long before, one of our Swami translated Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and gave the name of the book, How to Know God. So some senior Swami said, you don't spread all this mongering, how to know God. Your book, reading your book, I will know God. Not from that point of view. That is God. Who is in you now? Who will be in you in your dream? And who will be there even if your body and mind sleeps? It is you who go through this three state. But death doesn't have any state. You people, few hours before you were at your home or in the street, then you people enter the gate, then you people enter the hall. But it is the same you who is in the hall, who was outside and who was at your home. We remember this. Yeah, I was at home. Yeah, I was in MRT. Now I am in Mission. Think with a twist. It is I who was at home. It was I who was in MRT. It was I who is here. From that point of view, you think. From this logic, you have to think, I am in a waking state. I will see the dream, or I am seeing the dream. And I am without dream, deep sleep. Who is that? Who is me, who travels in these three states? To know this much is everything of religion. Is everything of religion. For that, what you need to do, you do. I think if I am this life, I will be so disturbed. So I want a secluded life. So you become a monk. Live a secluded life. Monk also, there was so much work here and they give lectures and manage the whole ashram. I will go to Himalayas for 1 month. Why? Even my dream, I don't want to dream. I want to remember that only who travels in these 3 states. For that, you need to be detached. Okay, I will detach. No attachment with anyone. So slowly these values, which could be helpful to realize that becomes spiritual values, spiritual qualities. So renunciation, devotion to God, all these things become virtues. What's the meaning of sitting in the temple and singing some songs? No meaning. Meaning is this, that I will be detached from external world and imagining God in my heart, I concentrate there. Because eventually which God? There is no second God. God is this only. Let's say in Vedanta, I am God. Aham Brahmasmi means I am Brahman, I am God. I give a simple example. Those who are familiar, and if not to, you may not be. We have a concept of, the Krishna. So in Krishna's life, there is a concept of Rasa Leela. Rasa Leela is a kind of dance where all these boys and girls of Vrindavan, they in a circle dance and Krishna will be in the center. This tradition still goes on. This is an example I am giving. So what is that? Krishna is in the center. We all are devotees of Krishna, so we are dancing around him. So I am somebody, Krishna is somebody. Krishna is a separate person, I am a separate person. And those who are dancing also are separate individuals, correct? This is called Dvaitavada or dualism. Where God is different, all the jivas are different. Then while dancing, because of their love for Krishna, they found Krishna is not in the center. With every one of us, there is one Krishna. You will find those pictures if you type Rasa Leela in your Google also, you will find this kind of pictures where every boy or a girl has one Krishna. Everybody has a Krishna with him. So though there is a duality, but there is unity. That is called Vishishta Advaita, a special kind of non-dualism. Though there are two, but still they are one. But when their spiritual fervor increases, each boy or a girl who is dancing with Krishna starts feeling that I am Krishna. There is no objective Krishna with him. Krishna is, I am Krishna. And this feeling yourself one with God is there in one type of Islam, is there in one type of Christianity, is there in one type of Hinduism. Because that eventually, in every religion, God has to be so close to me that there is no closeness, it becomes one. It becomes one. There is no separate existence of God. How? This is just an example. When a child is born, so the nurse will cut the umbilical cord and write the child and do what? Put the child right over the mother, on the chest of mother. Child till now doesn't have a separate existence. Child still feels am with. And child will know the mother by smell. You put to another lady, it will cry. You put his or her mother, it will quietly sleep. Because it was part of the same body. Earlier inside and now outside. So they clean the child in a few seconds, put the child back on the mother's chest. Why I am telling this? Still there is unity. Still it is the same. Half an hour before it was a lump of some flesh inside the body, correct? It doesn't have as if separate existence. As if. Though it has, but as if. But when the child is separated from mother's body, he starts his individual existence. In our scripture, child is born. Born doesn't mean is born from mother's body. Child is already born. Sometimes mothers will feel the kick also inside, correct? So child is already born. When it comes out, it's called asti. It has a separate existence than mother. Same fellow after 20 years doesn't want to serve his mother. So we remind when some people insult their mothers or something, wait. Even go 20 years back. In my office it happened, one of our boy. In front of me he is scolding his mother. So I said, just wait, keep quiet. If she would not even one day nurse you, you will die. One day. Not 1 month, one day. You do not know what she is. So this you need to tell. So what happens? Child is a separate existence. Then he becomes not part of the mother, but came out of mother. This a mother will see throughout the life as her own extension. Child is mother's extension. Now you see, you become a big boy now, I know. But mother still feels that he is part of me. One part became separate as if. So, when the child grows, is the third stage, called vardhate. Growing, up to a certain age. Then slowly the hairs become white, correct? So, viparinamate, the changes come. Then, becomes old, apakshiyate, the health goes down. And lastly, niyate, dies. So there are 6 stages of jayate, asti, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, niyate. These 6 stages of our being, our existence. Coming back. So that individuality, that oneness, in spiritual sense, a devotee feels that oneness with his God, where there is no separate existence. Those who are initiated in our Ramakrishna Mission's way of initiation and all that, you are told to meditate on your Ishta. How? Not like this. When you go to temple, you see statue, correct? But you meditate, you are supposed to meditate like this. Your Ishta is sitting in your heart, looking in the same direction as you. That instruction is given. I was thinking how to see his face. You will remember the face. As the child sits in the lap of mother, looking in the same direction as mother, but mother has full experience of having child in her lap. Full experience. There is no doubt, there is full care, there is a feeling of oneness, and the child is most comfortable there. spiritual life is very natural, spontaneous like this. That you feel that oneness in you. You don't need to see God as a person and put it. Sits in the heart in the same way as the way you are sitting. So the idea is this, to remember and realize this, your existence, which doesn't change. Your existence with mind becomes a dream state, with mind and body becomes a waking state. And we all continue going this three states. We all experience waking, dream and deep sleep. Only we need to realize only this much. Who is there who travels in this three states? I travel, correct? I travel. Now in my waking state I see you. In my dream state I will see another set of people. Deep sleep, nobody is there, I am alone. And in deep sleep itself, you are neither a man nor a woman, neither it is Singapore nor it is India, neither you are rich nor you are poor, neither you are full stomach or you are hungry. In deep sleep, except because these things what I am enlisting is all qualifications of the waking state. As soon as you go to dream state, the total qualification change. As soon as you go to deep sleep, total qualification, identification changes. So that which is traveling in this state, which is not this three state, you are in MRT, you are inside the gate, you are inside the hall. You are neither MRT, you are neither this campus, nor you are this hall. You come in this hall, you come in this campus, you go in MRT. That you is beyond these three states. Three states are there, you go and travel in this three. That's why that is called Turiya, the fourth. One, waking, second, dream, three, deep sleep, fourth. Fourth cannot be spoken because there is no word to express it. Only you can experience, but you cannot explain because you travel. So to realize this, these are with a simpleton mind, pure mind, try to remember when you wake up. That's why we have Dakshinamurti Stotra, fourth line, first sloka, first verse. Yat sakshi kurute prabodha samaya. That which becomes witness when you wake up. It is not me. It's I am a witness of all this. Completely detached. And that there is no lecture, there is nothing to express. Only you have to experience that. How to experience? Your own method. You don't need scriptures for that. Because you know you are in a waking state. You know you are in a dream state. Analyzing these three states is enough for you to experience who you are. Okay? Thank you. We see next. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Paramastu